So, I mean, are you okay to selling a few pieces? Do you want to sell it all in one shot?
Whatever works for you.
Hey guys, I'm just about to fly out the door, but I thought I'd give you a little heads up about what's going on here today. I'm going to see a gentleman who's doing a little bit of downsizing. Now, I've actually met him before about a year ago while he was downsizing his father's estate. I did a lot of buying there. It was a really good experience, and he's invited me to his own place now. Now, it doesn't sound like he's got a ton of stuff, but I've heard that story before, and I'm about to come home with a whole trailer full of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go for a little drive and check it out. Okay, so this is your little pile in here somewhere?
And then on the floor there, and then the table.
Okay, so a few things here.
Yep. And the radios if you're interested.
These things here. This stuff on the table here.
Yep, all on the table.
Okay. So, were you a collector? Is that what it is? And you're just downsizing your collection a bit?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay. Like we just grab a piece here, grab a piece there? Is that kind of...
Yeah, it was kind of it. And I was going to put a display up in front of the car, and now it's like, yeah, what's the point, really? It's just the car parks in the garage, and then...
Yeah.
There's nobody really going to see it, so...
Okay. Yeah, I noticed you had a little gas pump out front there.
Yeah.
You going to sell that?
No.
No?
No.
That's one thing you're definitely going to keep?
I just put it out there.
Okay. So the stuff on the table, stuff on the floor.
Yeah, that and then that. That's it for in here.
Okay, and then you mentioned you've got a couple things in the house as well.
Yes.
Okay. You want to talk about the stuff out here first?
Yeah, we're here. So if you want,
okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, you were pretty easy to work with last time with your dad's estate. So,
whatever interests you.
What do you know about this bag here?
My understanding is that they are Department of Highways. Before it changed to MTO.
Okay.
So they whatever the testing lab that they had for doing whatever, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think it was my uncle that used to work there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of different.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like, what do you use them for? Maybe someone could reuse the material, like an old throw pillow or something, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. You got a couple oil lanterns. So yeah, you've got one of the beacons here.
Yep, I think they're both beacon.
Yeah, and there's a little smaller one there.
That one's a wagon light.
Yeah,
the light on or the reflector, I guess, or the red lens on the back.
Okay. Yeah, there it is, right there.
And then this piece at the back here, I figured this was kind of like an Art Deco thing. It's like a steam engine.
Who made this? You don't know?
I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe it's somebody in my family. So I think one of my uncles probably made it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little kind of folk arty.
Yeah.
Not primitive, but yeah, like you said, probably Art Deco, like 20s through the 40s anyway, right?
Yeah, somewhere in there probably, yep.
Okay.
I would think.
Yeah, it's too bad you're missing the globe on this one. I don't really have any extras right now.
And then the plates, they're a match set. I don't know if they're probably not really worth very much.
Not a lot. I mean, it helps that it's a match pair for sure.
Yeah.
Those are probably only 70s to maybe mid-80s.
I think so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the same thing here with the black ones. I think that's a commercial plate.
Oh, okay,
It was on a truck because they're black.
Mm-hmm, that's right. Yep. Yeah, you're right. This here, is this off an old, like, forge?
That's a hand crank forge fan.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen this before, actually. I've seen the whole forges.
Yep.
Okay. Does it still crank pretty well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't do too bad. It was something that my dad and I were going to do because my grandfather was a blacksmith.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
And we were going to we were going to try and do a coal forge, but we never got there.
Mm-hmm. You've got an oil bottle here. So the Super Test sticker on there is modern. Someone stuck that on after the fact.
That on after the fact, yes. It'll probably
that's a sticker.
It'll probably peel off.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is just one of the more generic looking ones, but it's nice and clean anyway. Yeah. And you've got these ice tongs here.
Ice tongs. They're either ice tong or log.
Yeah, one or the other. I don't know if there's much of a difference between them.
Well, probably not. I wouldn't think.
This cast tray.
That's a skillet.
Like,
That probably when the wood stove, maybe where the copper boiler would sit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you pull the boiler out, set that in, and cook.
Yep. Yeah, I've got something similar for my barbecue.
Yeah.
But it's new. Yeah. And
that I think may be a Packard hood ornament.
Yeah, it's definitely a hood ornament.
Yeah, it's a hood ornament. I'm not sure if it's a Packard one because they had the swan. It's actually cormorant.
So what's this, like a little valve off something?
Well, that would be
maybe not.
Like a melting pot.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's the size something.
Doing lead work or something.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be any for metal or like that crucible. That would be just a melting pot for lead.
Okay, a little imperial, probably like a little grease can.
Yep. And that one's a little newer, but I'm going to say that's probably out of the 60s.
Yeah, it's got some age. Yeah.
50s and 60s.
And also a lubricant. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and I've had this before. I don't know. You tell me.
Nail puller.
It's a nail puller. Okay, so it's not quite like the ones I've had before.
So
but
you take it, you bang it on the nail, and then when you lever it, it closes on the head of the nail.
Right.
And pull it out. Gotcha. And then you pull it up to get more leverage.
Yes. Okay. So this is...
A couple of brass horns. They work. They're just missing the bulb.
All right.
Tire iron.
Oh, there's right there. It says Dunlop on it.
Yep.
Okay, yep. Okay, a little tire repair kit.
Yeah, another one up there. It's a little more modern.
Oh, the Firestone one, yeah.
Soldering flux. And then just some...
Just odds and ends,
odds and ends automotive.
Then you've got a gas can here.
That is...
Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire one.
All right, so it's got the French on it, so it's going to be after 1967.
Okay.
Actually, that's probably the date code right there.
No, that's the product code.
You think, it's not. Does it start with the 79?
No, that would be. I think that's their product code.
Okay.
For the can. Or there, if you want to say the SKU number.
And then we've got just a standard gasoline can here, 1 gallon.
Yeah. And it's all in there. Then it's got the metal flexible nozzle on it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's inside, kind of like the modern ones today. Yeah. Then you've got the big shell drum here.
Yeah.
So that's a lubricant one as well. Yeah, nice earlier logo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then take that one.
Yeah. So a couple more, just everyday household
gas cans. Yeah. It's too bad that that's not, the rest of it's not there. The stickers are gone.
Yeah, these probably would have had the name of the steel company on it actually.
Oh really?
Like GSW, like General Steelwares.
Yep.
They made most of that stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a few oil type cans. So it's a cardboard shell.
Yeah, cardboard shell, and then
metal.
That one's the oldest one probably of the bunch. The Quaker State one.
Okay.
Another matte set of plates.
Oh yeah, from 55. Okay.
55, yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, the older the better on these, obviously.
Yeah. And that is a foot warmer.
Okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
So, in your car like that, and you put your coils or something like that in there, and hope you don't burn the bottom.
I don't think I've ever had a foot warmer for a car before. I've had the ones for the bed and stuff like that. The stoneware ones.
This one's automotive one.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this is a phone. So this has been like an internal phone. You just pick up and talk.
Either that or
you're connected to somebody.
Junior sample sales, like this, and VR549.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that'll be Bakelite.
Yes, and I think it's Northern Telecom, if I'm not mistaken.
So, it's too bad it's got a big crack there on the corner.
Yes.
See that? And then piece of mesh or something missing off the side?
It might be something like that grill there.
Okay, gotcha.
Missing. Yeah, that's the same idea on the other side.
Okay, yeah, so it's missing the grill. All right, that's too bad.
Yeah, it is.
I do like old phones. And then you've got the Studebaker. This is a jack.
Yeah, non-functioning.
No,
I tried to make it work and fiddled with it, and it's just...
Okay.
It's a
shelf piece.
It's a shelf piece,
yeah. Little oiler, oilers. Then you've got an old milk can here. Then a couple grates here.
Floor heater grates.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I've had a ton of floor grates in the last few years, but in the last year or so, they just died off. No one's buying them anymore. Them, huh? Unless, you know, they've got a very specific need for them and they come searching for it, but I'm practically giving them away.
Inserted into a fence.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a whole lot with them. You can put them as part of a wall, you know, art installation if you like.
Hang your keys.
Yeah. It's too bad that one there's got a chunk out of it.
Yes, it is.
But I mean, it can be salvaged for something.
Yep.
And then you've got the Supertone radio here, so that's Canadian Tire as well.
Yeah, those would be out of the 50s.
Yeah.
You know, your car doesn't come with it, so this is aftermarket way of getting tunes into the car.
Yeah. Well, it's still got the kind of Art Deco looking lettering and stuff on it there.
Yeah.
That kind of fell into the 50s as well.
And that one's got the speaker mounted right in it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fun. This old Westinghouse. Yeah, so... I mean, I guess there's a market if you can find somebody who's looking for a period piece, right?
Yep.
You know, you can kind of nail this down to which year it's from, or at least within a couple years. And then you've got these two pieces here, so...
They would be part of a four-sided stand that would sit between your pumps.
Yes, yeah, they would have been part of a retail display.
Yeah, and then your oil can oil sit on in a tray inside it.
So you've just got the two panels, huh?
Yes, sir.
So this is Marvelube motor oil. So this one here, so it's porcelain.
Yeah, porcelain. See, beat up a little.
Yeah,
bit,
a little beat up around the edges, especially, and some of these will be like factory screw holes here.
Yes, yeah, for the sides. Yeah, to join the other pieces.
Yeah. And this one here.
That one's in a little nicer shape.
Yeah, this one's a little better.
Well, you know, if you got an antique or classic car, it's wall art for your garage.
Yeah. You can put it right on the wall. You know, maybe somebody out there has one or two more of these, then they want to complete a stand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. They've got nice colors on them, kind of cool graphics. So, I know you've got a few things in the house. Maybe we'll just deal with this stuff out here first. Yeah, sure. So I like most of what's out here. Some of it jumps out at me a little bit more than others. I mean, my favorite pieces are probably going to be the old panels from the oil display.
Yes, sir.
The oil bottle, the small lantern, the shell drum. The phone's not bad. It's just the big crack really hurts it in the missing grill.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm just kind of a sucker for old phones sometimes. I do like the license plates. They're not worth a lot, but they seem to do okay for me.
Yep.
And the other stuff I can go either way on. It's really going to come down to price.
Sure.
Like this rustic farmhouse look with the milk can and the grills. I mean, and the grates. Any old tools, the more generic looking cans, this sort of stuff here. This is all a little bit more on the common side. This is stuff I usually just throw through my online auction and take what I can get for it and just take the better pieces I like and put them in the store.
Yep, understand that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, are you okay to selling a few pieces? Do you want to sell it all in one shot?
Whatever works for you.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you two prices here. I'm going to give you a price for the stuff I actually really like.
Right.
And I'll give you a second price for kind of everything here on the table and around the table on the floor. Yep. Anything that really isn't the quality for my store, probably just go on my online auction. That's the plan. But if you kind of want to move it along and not have a yard sale or put stuff for sale online, save you a bit that way. So the few things we'll start with will be the two
oil trays.
The oil pieces here, the oil bottle, the small lantern, this little can here, a set of license plates, the shell drum, second set of license plates, and the phone. I'd give you $200 for that stuff alone.
Okay.
As far as everything goes, looking at this stuff here, I'd be at $350.
Okay.
You want to sell it off for $350?
That works, Marty.
Okay, that's great. So we'll make a deal at $350 on this,
yep.
And then you said you got a few things in the house to look at, and we'll go look at those. Okay. Okay, so just a few things in the house.
Yeah, and then there's stuff down in the basement. A little bit more down.
So this is a little boy. This is
cream can.
Oh yeah, just a cream can.
Yeah.
I think I've got one of these in my store right now.
Yeah, a little Walton.
Yep, yeah. Crayon box.
Crayon
yeah.
Box, yeah. Some of your dad's things.
And this is a lighter ashtray that my wife's grandfather made.
Oh,
After the Second World War?
After the Second World War.
Okay.
Like he was in the military at the time.
Yeah, so a piece of trench art.
Yeah.
What they call it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so,
I
yes.
didn't know if you were interested in something like that or not.
Yeah, maybe. So how does this work?
That
Okay.
was the flint thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then your fluid goes in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Is this the engineers? Was that what's on there?
Yeah, because I think that's what he was in the engineers.
Yeah, I think he's in the engineers.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've got this majestic refrigerator sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of different. So I wonder if that would have been off like a cooler or something.
Or one of the old school round top fridges.
You know,
Yeah.
those ones, you know, that had the hand, like, that's kind of, we had
The
to
click tile.
Yeah, I just don't remember them having such big plates on them.
Well, this could go back as far as maybe first refrigerator after the ice box.
Sure, yeah.
Or
absolutely.
they call it a refrigerator and it was an ice box.
That's true, yeah,
You know?
yeah, I mean...
I could see that being on the front of your wooden door on the ice box.
It is pretty big, but...
Yeah, it's a little Art Deco. That's kind of neat. Okay. Oh, and you've got one of these big
Yeah, I'm not...
medicine bottles here.
Says, yeah. It was from your dad's, too.
Okay, so you've got a few steam whistles
Steam
here.
whistles,
yeah.
Yep.
So any idea what these came off of? A lot of these sometimes came
I
off
don't.
of like it could be like machinery and things in factories.
Or a line, hey, time to move the production line maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this one, when I've got my hands on it, unfortunately did not have the piece on the top, so I made one for it that is tried to make it kind of period correct.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not original to that whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the valve is missing out of the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always nice to have the valve in the relief handle to make it blow, but they're still kind of nice the way they are. Okay.
And then the copper boiler.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the dust.
Oh.
Probably very dusty.
I wiped it off.
This is nothing compared to some places.
Yeah, bad.
Wow.
Yeah, these aren't too bad. Like the rustic farmhouse look has really kind of nosedived the last year or so for me. Yeah. So I'll think about that. And a little bit of interest in this piece here, the little plaque off the fridge and the lighter and maybe the steam whistles. So I was just taking a look at a couple things in the china cabinet. Not much in there for me. A couple little things here, but this piece here against the wall kind of jumps out. And you want to tell me what this is and the story behind it?
Sure. Unfortunately, it's not for sale, but it is. It's a penny farthing made in 1876, and my great uncle Charlie would ride it from Beachville down to Port Burwell to visit relatives.
So how many kilometers is that? Maybe around 60?
I would think, well, it was 60 kilometers just from Ingersoll to here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you're another
5.
maybe 10 kilometers. So
okay.
yeah, you're in the 70-kilometer range.
So that's like an all-day trek.
That's an all-day trip.
Wow. It'd be easier to hitch a ride, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But how old was he when... so when was he riding this?
I'm going to say probably, if it was made in 1876, then I'm going to say somewhere in the early 20s, maybe.
Okay. So hitching a ride actually...
Late 1800s, or maybe even before that. So late 1800s, early 1900s.
Sorry, and who is this that wrote it?
It was my Uncle Charlie.
Your uncle or great uncle?
Great uncle.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it would be great uncle.
So your great uncle rode this.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been able to hitch a ride because there likely weren't any cars yet.
No. Maybe trade it for a horse.
No kidding, yeah. So this is pretty wild because this is not something you just come across in the wild like this. I mean, this is the first one I've actually seen in somebody's home. It's from the original family especially. These only really seem to show up at like high-end trade shows and things like that. So what are you guys doing with it?
Just display.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got the handlebar down here.
Handlebar's there. Eventually it'll get put together and the stand made so it sits properly.
Yeah. That's really cool, and especially that it came from your family too. It's got some history to it. Well, if you ever get sick of it, let me know.
Yeah.
But thanks for showing it to me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So we got a few things in the basement here. There's a little kid's bench.
Yep.
Or step stool. One or the other. Little basket. We've got some old Crocs here.
Oh, there's one upstairs too.
3 gallon, 4 gallon with a lid, 4 gallon with a lid.
That's an 8.
8.
And there's a 15
2.
on the porch.
Would this be like a fireplace screen?
That's what we seem to think it might have been, yes.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be cast.
It's probably stamped steel.
Actually,
it's heavy.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty heavy. Okay. This little basket. Did I get one of these from you last time I saw you? It was a shoe basket?
Yes.
Yeah.
You may have, yes.
Yeah, okay. A couple little patterns here. Oh, transfers? Yeah.
Yep. Just
flashlight.
Flashlight with a magnifier. That said, I think it says CPR on it.
Okay, yeah. So the Canadian Pacific Railway.
Yeah. I can't make out everything that's on the bottom.
Could be like a change tray. Yeah.
Can we? Yeah, Canadian Pacific Steamship Lines, world's greatest travel system.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. So his father actually ran a shoe store for about 20 years, and that's why we're seeing this shoe-related stuff. There's a basket from the store that they would use to just shuffle shoes around.
Probably originally displayed.
Display, okay.
Back long before my dad took over.
All right, and then we've got a couple little retail displays here. We've got Dax. This is like aluminum, I think. Aluminum or just a lightweight tin. Yeah. Okay.
That would be a display for probably in the window.
Yeah. This one's glass.
My guess would probably maybe have come out of one of the footstools that they would sit on when they were fitting your shoes.
Okay. Yep. Yep. So this is the insert in there, and they pulled that out.
Yes,
okay.
I would think so.
Yeah, that's really Art Deco looking. That's probably from maybe the 30s or 40s. So this would have been before your father owned the store?
Yeah, I would believe so, yes.
Okay. Those are kind of cool.
A hot water bottle.
I've never seen a rabbit hot water bottle before. Look at that. That's unusual.
It is.
And still got the plug in there.
Yeah, the box.
And the box.
And I think the instructions, too.
Oh, yeah, look at that. And then you've got a bit of door hardware here. So a little pickier on this stuff lately. Again, the last couple years or so, like the hardware and stuff, yeah, it just really sits. Now, there's a couple better pieces here.
Yeah, those last ones are kind of neat.
These ones here, yeah, they refer to this kind of pattern here as a Bennington.
Okay.
So it's a little more desirable than just the standard porcelain ones, yeah. So I might be interested in those. Put them in the basket here.
Those are the best ones.
Do you mind if I put the stuff I'm interested in the basket?
Absolutely.
And then we'll just have a better idea of what I'm looking at.
Yep.
So you got a couple little small tins and bottles here, though. There's a little fused tin. Nilsson's Cocoa. This is a salesman sample, actually. Again, I've had one of these lying around for a long time. So that's a oh, sorry, not a salesman sample. This is actually just a sample size you would have got from the store to try it out. There's a little pocket tobacco tin. It's kind of interesting. Some magnesium tablets for your heartburn. Singer sewing machine oil. Big salted peanuts one. That's kind of a neat looking tin. Just wondering what you would do with this. A good storage piece, I suppose.
There.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice and clean. Of course, it's got the stereotypical woman serving the peanuts.
Yeah, yeah.
This is probably very 50s. I might be interested in that. I'm sure somebody could find a good use for it.
Yeah. Boulder hat.
Yeah, that's an old one. So that's from the Tea and Company.
Which is no longer.
No, it is not. So it's a nice leather band in there. That's a little different. Something I might put away with some of my vintage clothing.
Sure.
There is a little theater a couple doors down from me.
Right.
They might be able to use something like that.
This is a piece of domed glass.
Ah, yes. Yes, this is a convex frame.
Yeah.
These often had family portraits in them.
Yeah.
I've still got a couple of those lying around. Yeah, they're kind of nice, and if you want to like put something else of your own in the back, you can.
Yep.
So
I understand. Too bad my wife wasn't here. That's supposedly old.
So
Raccoon hat.
was it Davy Crockett that wore the raccoon hat?
I believe so,
It's
yes.
before my time. Yeah. Very specific piece. Great for like a theme or Halloween, or maybe a hunter would appreciate something like
I
that.
imagine it's fairly warm. I don't know if there's
Oh, absolutely.
makers
Yeah.
band in it or anything. Oh, what do we got here? Oh,
It's Canadian made.
Global Craft. Globe Craft.
Yeah, so based on the label, looks like it's probably from the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, not that old,
Not
but
that old.
but still, the 70s is still,
Yep.
50 years ago.
50 years ago.
Okay, so that's
Go with,
a raccoon tail,
yeah.
but that's not raccoon fur.
No?
That's too soft to be raccoon
Okay.
fur.
Oh, I see the difference, yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that would be.
Feels like rabbit.
It might. Yeah, it's pretty soft like rabbit. I would be surprised if that's what that is. Will you check to see if how dry it is? Just give it a quick one of those. Just the first comes out immediately.
Yeah,
I just put it
dried
right
right
back
out.
down. Okay, that's different.
Some automotive.
Some little brochures here.
Yep.
So where did these come from?
Ford.
Were these like
This should
cars your
probably-
family owns?
Yeah, I think this is something that we found after the fact when you were here the last out there at the last time. It was
Oh, okay. Yeah, at the old farm.
my dad had Ford stuff.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, they're fun. It's nice that they got a little bit of age to them.
Mm-hmm. That one's been folded.
Okay, yeah. The station wagons. I would love to come across one of these and restore it. You just don't see them.
No.
All right, I'm gonna think about those.
And then we got
Get the old cigar box that's empty, and they've got some paper items here.
maps.
Okay, so there's a little box there full of maps, but I want to get the light here, or maps and paper anyway. So this looks like maybe some sheet music.
I think so.
Yeah. So this is like modern musical merchandise. So it's going to be like more
Probably
sheet music?
More sheet music would be my guess. Oh, it's a price book.
Yeah, it's a price book for strings for
Catalog.
banjos and string instruments.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, that's more interesting to me than sheet music. You can see they even updated it at some
Yeah.
point and pasted over top.
Paste it over
a
top
couple
and
of
then
them.
sent it out.
Yeah, I'll put that in the maybe pile there.
Okay.
Here's another merchandise book here. So it's got old harmonicas, cellos. Oh,
Accordions.
yeah. Oh, there's even a color insert there. Oh, even the old steel guitars here. Yeah, I'd love to look through this. So this is talking about Harmony brand instruments in particular. So there's little like inserts within the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll put that aside. That's kind of cool. So City Surface Oils map from Michigan. So the closer stuff to home, the
Yes.
better Canadian stuff. Here's a super test from Quebec, Texaco. So we're looking at these ones so far: 50s, 60s, Sunoco. We got British American there. Standard Oil. There's a Shell one. Might be just in some of these. There's a few here I'd probably just leave behind.
Okay.
These ones range in value. Nothing really jumping out at me. The stuff from the 30s, 40s is going to be the best stuff, but it's all stuff I can still sell. Okay, so this is my little pile down here. So it'll be like the shoe store basket, a couple little shoe signs, the two pieces from the doorknobs, the little railway or steamship tray, some of the road maps, and the music catalogs, the hot water bottle, couple tins, the Davy Crockett hat, the early bowler hat, and the peanut can. I'd pay $125 for that little pile. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so the last things to talk about are just a few things up here in the kitchen. I'll give you a price of stuff I'm interested in. If that sounds good, that's great.
Yep.
If not, I'll narrow it down a little bit. Again, I go back and forth on the rustic stuff. So we got the old cream can here. We've got the copper wash basin here. A couple of steam whistles. This one here, because it's missing so much and it's been kind of redone, doesn't do a whole lot for me. And I do like the little majestic fridge sign and little kind of trench art style lighter and ashtray. So for those pieces alone, I'd give you another $100.
Yeah, I don't know if I can let those steam whistles go.
Okay. How much were you hoping to get out of the steam whistles?
I was thinking $100 for the pair of them.
Okay. I don't think I could get much more than that for them.
Is that right?
Yeah, so, and that's totally fine if you want to hold off on those. I think hold off on those, and if you can find somebody else to give you a little bit more.
Well, I think what I would do then is incorporate them into something like that.
Oh, okay, your little custom steampunk piece here.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't notice that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to give you what you want for them.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But if you can repurpose them into something cool like that, then knock yourself
I've got a bunch of stuff
out.
out in the garage to do steampunk.
Okay, good. Okay, so if I take those out of the equation, that's going to put me at $60.
I think we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Great. So that was a fun little adventure today. Now my trailer's not full, but my car is packed. I think I should do pretty well on my purchase in the garage. I bought a lot of stuff at a wholesale price. I got the items I really wanted and a lot of extra stuff that I should get a few dollars for, but also took it off his hands. Now there's one thing in the garage that may end up being a pleasant surprise, and that's the old blacksmith blower. Now it's not something that usually does too well in my store, but I know there's an online market for it. That could be worth upwards of $250, which could pay for all the surplus I grabbed out of that spot. Now the basement had a lot of fun smaller items. I really like the little shoe store signs, the steamship tray, and I'm really looking forward to going through the old music catalogs as well. And how about that rare penny farther bicycle? It's got a lot of provenance. It's been in their family for over 100 years. I don't blame them one bit for keeping it. If it was my family heirloom, I'd do the exact same thing. So today was a great day. It was quick, it was easy, it was smooth. I packed my car full of stuff, and I should be able to double my money, maybe even a little bit more with some time and patience. So there's a lot of cool stuff today. I'd like to know what caught your eye, so leave a comment below. And while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you find value in this video, feel free to hit that thanks button below as well. Every little bit helps this channel and this community grow. I'm really loving this adventure with you guys. Always appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.